Well, more sky-high drama this week as a third plane is grounded due to an unruly passenger throwing a fit over a reclining seat. This fellow passenger witnessed the whole thing.
This woman who was sitting next to me, knitting, actually just tried reclining her seat back. The woman behind her started screaming and swearing.
Because she had her head on it. So is it the airline's fault for trying to squeeze too many passengers into smaller spaces? Travel expert Mark Murphy joins us right now. Mark, could the airlines get the seats any closer?
If they could, they would. It's about profits. They want to make as much as possible.
All right. So, and there's a diagram that shows there's not a lot there. So in this new flying world, there are certain rules. And the first one you say is, for people to remember, it isn't your space.
So in other words, if I'm buying a seat and that seat reclines, then I should be allowed to recline. Now, I say common courtesy, give the person behind you a heads up. At mealtime, things like that, don't recline into the guy's tray. But that's just common courtesy, and that's what everyone should think about.
You know what? I've never said, hey, here we come. I'm going to start now. Meanwhile, to board doesn't mean to hoard.
Well, you know, anybody who's ever flown the rush to the gate, right? I'm going to get up there, I'm going to get up there first. You don't want to rush the gate because you're all going to get on the plane. You're all at the gate. So give it a rest, sit back, and you know what? Remember, when you get on board, put your carry-on under your seat first, and that way everyone gets space, which is why they're trying to get on so quickly.
Listen to the flight crew. Defer to them. They're the boss.
Yeah, because these people are going to be arrested for felonies based on what's happening in the air because the flight crew's in charge. Let them deal with the crazy passenger who's going nuts behind you.
Sure, and because things are so tight up there, you say a little etiquette during mealtime. Put your seat in the upright position.
Correct. Just put it in the upright position, and if you are going to go back, give them a heads up. But just because you're 6'5" doesn't mean you're entitled to tell the guy in front of you that you can't lean back. You know, everyone's asking me, how tall are you? Do you ever fly? Yeah, I fly 99.9% more than the average public, and I'm 6'2". But I can still figure out a way to let that guy recline because it is his space. But when I'm trying to eat my meal, please just move it up so I can eat my meal.
Great advice. And finally, maximize overhead space by doing what?
Well, a couple things. Number one, put your bags in properly when you put them in the overhead space. Don't turn it sideways and jam it up. Number two, use that space underneath your seat because you're going to want that bag and other stuff while the plane's taking off. So make sure you have it accessible.
Great advice. All right, Mark Murphy.
Thank you.
Real pleasure. Thank you, sir.